Hey friends, hope you're having an amazing start to your April. Gosh, I don't even know where to start with this housing market. Every day it's twisting and turning and going all sorts of directions. So I wanted to share some extra nuggets of information that I just obtained today from one of our preferred lenders, James Gross with Franklin Loan Center. So I'm certain you guys were watching with the meetings with the Federal Reserve today. One of the board members did let it slip out that they were going to clear the balance sheets. This is never a good thing to let slip out. Hopefully, we'll be able to regain some control in the industry and interest world tomorrow when the other three board members speak up and clarify. I think what they meant to say was sell some of the balance sheets slowly. So in theory, what that truly means is that interest rates took a massive swing up today because of the slipping of that vocabulary. So you never want to hear board members from the Federal Reserve speak about clearing balance sheets. Now, they're going to meet again today. Hopefully the minutes will be out then tomorrow, and they're going to clarify that they want to sell the balance sheets slowly so that hopefully rebound the interest rates to where they didn't spike as high as they did. Overall, their projections are still very strong for a positive 5% appreciation on average for the housing market this year and next year. And the reason why they're saying next year as well is because buyer demand is still high and supply is still low. Again, it's a demand and supply issue. We are probably going to start things slowing down towards the end of this year as we're going to directly feel the effects of the recession that everyone's been talking about. It's, again, when they say recession, I'm not saying it with a capital R and exclamation mark, but it's just the reality of what we're dealing with. So we're going to have a little bit more of an effect to the housing market, and we're going to feel that a little bit more towards the fourth quarter. Wanted to also just talk about that there are, it's a form, it's called a Optimum Blue, which all lenders use to price their loans for interest rates, which is public information, of course, within the lending world. We don't get to see it, but lenders get to see it. So they get to see where lenders are at in their pricing. And they also get to see where they're at with regards to how strong they are. And of course, there's a red, yellow, and green. Interesting information. 30% of lenders right now are in the red. They're either being sold, bought, or closing down because the refi business does not exist. So those lenders that totally worked on refinancing loans, because of course the interest rates are so high, they're not even in business right now because there isn't the need for refis. So just kind of keep that in mind when you're talking to a lender, making sure that you are working with your agent who has those relationships established. Also, if you're in the middle of an escrow right now, if you have not locked in your interest rate or about to go into escrow or about to go home shopping, please, please, please stay in strong communication with your lender and your agent, because literally interest rates from last week to this week jumped up almost 0.5%. And it can price you out very, very quickly. And just so you know too, a lender typically will not lock in your loan until one, you're in contract with your new purchase property, and two, they've received fees from title and escrow. So when they disclose your loan. So, and also too, keep this in mind, when you're timing your closing date for your escrow, it costs more money to do a 45-day escrow versus a 30-day escrow. So right now, as we're dealing with some turbulent times with interest rates, so fluctuating, these are really key things to make sure that you discuss with your agent, which is hopefully somebody from our team. But also, if you're listing your house, again, making sure that you're working, again, hopefully somebody from our team, that you're working with an agent who understands the importance of buyer's cross qualification, buyer's qualifying ability, doing a shorter escrow. These are very key things that are going to be helping you to avoid some pitfalls or some scary times. A couple things that I also wanted to talk about too, if you're a first-time home buyer, unfortunately, those loans are quiet right now. And the reason being is because the interest rates are so volatile, they're not even pricing them at this point right now, and they're not being offered. So I'm sorry, first-time home buyers, there's probably other avenues for you, but first-time home buyer programs are not something that are being offered by a lot of lenders. Additionally, Freddie and Fannie are going back to pre-COVID guidelines. So if you were a self-employed employee, where you typically would have to provide 3 months of bank statements and information. Now it's back to pre-COVID. So now we're back to 2 months, which is a little bit nicer. So guidelines have kind of loosened up a little bit there. Also, Franklin Loan Center is just releasing a stated income loan programs, which is actually very comparable interest rates to your standard conforming qualification. Minimum is 20% down, a minimum of 680 credit score, and you can go stated income, and the interest rates are very comparable. Right now, jumbo lending has stayed the same. Actually, jumbo lending interest rates are lower than standard conforming interest rates. Who would have thunk that? But all in all, the moral of the story is if you're considering selling your home, I definitely encourage you guys to give it serious consideration sooner rather than later, just based on the facts and the information that we have. Again, the appreciation level is not going to be as dramatic as we've seen in the past because interest rates are slowing things down. But we're still at a very nice 5% overall gradual appreciation over this year and next year. Towards the end of this year, we're expecting the recession to be felt. And if you're a buyer and you're looking to buy, don't be scared, just be educated. Work with an agent who has a great resource of lenders and a great sphere of influence of agents within the community that can help you hopefully get into a property soon. At the end of the day, if you're paying rent, you're still paying somebody else's equity versus building your own. So owning is always the best avenue. Again, we're just hoping that when the other 3 board members from the Federal Reserve speak up, that they'll be able to correct that they're not clearing the balance sheets, that they're selling them slowly is what we're hearing rumblings of, which will hopefully put interest rates, a little bit calmer than what happened and spiked today. If you have any questions about your property's value, if you're looking to buy, if you're looking to sell, please know that Team Ignite is always here to help you any way that we can in providing you with knowledge, information, and facts. Have an amazing day, and we are just one call, one text away, and we always welcome your referrals. We'll take very good care of them. Have a fabulous day. Bye-bye.